years ago. Do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Welcome back, everyone, as we are moments away from the start of game number 2 here at Westendorf Field. Lady Cougars taking game number 1, 4-1 over Grace. Both teams with 5 hits. Lady Lancers with 1 error in the game. Looking at the Crossroads League standings, Marian University currently in first place with a 2-0 conference record. But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So they're 11-1 overall. They're playing their first conference game today, Indiana Wesleyan in second, 19-2 overall. Taylor University at 6-2. Mount Vernon Naz at 8-4. St. Francis now at 8-6 after the win. Grace College falls to 6-9. Huntington University 1-5. Bethel at 1-7. Spring Arbor at 6-7. Overall records. Now, Marian University is ranked number 2 in the country, and Indiana Wesleyan is ranked number 10 in the country. So pretty unprecedented that the Crossroads League has 2 teams in the top 10 in the NAIA. Of course, being up north here, the weather not the greatest in the world compared to some of the schools down south. Down south, they get to get in a few more games at this point in the season. But for Marian and Indiana Wesleyan to be representing the Crossroads League with top 10 national rankings is outstanding. Also receiving votes is Taylor University. They are currently in the 39th slot. So St. Francis has their work cut out for them here in the Crossroads League. But up to the task, as you saw, a beautiful game there by Brooke Heron in the circle, the complete game winner. She's now 3-1 on the season. And it looks like Cougar baseball is winning 5-0 going into the bottom of the 9th inning. So Bill Scott over there getting the action. In today's game, number 2, it's going to be Katie Gebhard, the senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Carroll High School, in the circle for USF. She has the best ERA on the team at .93, a 0-1 record. She has started 2 games, played in 4. In 15 innings pitched, she's given up 8 hits, 4 runs, just 2 of those earned. She has a team-high 10 walks and a team-high 15 strikeouts. Opposing hitters are batting just .170 against Katie Gebhard. Leading it off for Grace, it's going to be Hannah Herbster, Abby Mozingo, Chandler Elliott, Ashley Kleinbub, Brittany Young, Morgan Tapscott, Maria Roman, Dory Knight, and Emily Bobb. Your lineup here for game number 2 for Grace. Nora Reese, the manager, getting ready to get into position as we are moments away from the start of game number 2. Great start to the season here at Westendorf Field for Coach Ryan Boland and the Lady Cougars. Now a perfect 1-0 in conference play. That puts St. Francis in first place. My notes here had, they say Marion's 2-0 in conference, but I'm pretty sure today's Marion's first day. Actually, Marion is not even playing today. And the first pitch is low for ball number 1. Katie Gebhard, always amongst the Crossroads League leaders in strikeouts. She can sling it for the Cougars. That pitch in for strike number 1. Herbster led off for Grace in game number 1 and was 1 for 3. 2-1, now your count. Joining me in the booth, it's Brody Bolin, excuse me, running the scoreboard. Brody's a multi-sport athlete. Really competes in just about everything you can think of. 3-1 is your count. Popped up, Ferrer camping underneath it for out number 1. One up, one down for the Lady Cougs. Up next, it's number 5, Abby Mozinga, center fielder. In game number 1, Abby had an outstanding catch at the warning track, which saved a few runs for Grace. As that first pitch is going to be taken for a ball. In game number 1, she was 0 for 2. She had an interference where the ball hit her when she was outside of the box, resulting in an out. 2-0's the count. Mozinga entering today at .294 batting average. Takes that pitch for a called strike. 2-1's your count. The number 1 ranked team in the country is Georgia Gwinnett. That's fouled off right against the backstop. Got a new camera with a protective lens. I'm thinking that's why it's a little bit blurry there in the top left corner. Once again, we'll get that squared away for you as Lady Cougars will next be home. Ball in the dirt. We got a full count. So after today, St. Francis will be home on the 20th to host Mount Vernon Nazarene University. Mount Vernon Naz has 2 of the best pitchers in the Crossroads Leagues. That's hit into the gap for a 1-out single by Abby Mozinga. Actually, looking at these Crossroads League individual stats, it's a little scary considering that Marion has a few pitchers amongst the tops in the Crossroads League. Katie Gebhard ranks number 3 with a .93 ERA. Runner is off, and that's a stolen base for Mozinga. Your count. With 1 out. Grace Lumpkin from Marion has a .67 ERA. Anna Bowie, .86. Then Gebhard. Carly Weaver from Indiana Wesleyan, 1.03. Then Sarah Bowie from Mount Vernon Naz. So that's what the Lady Cougars are going to have to contend with on the 20th. And I believe the 20th is a Wednesday. I have to double check. Or no, it's a Tuesday, excuse me. Popped up. Tucker underneath it and will be called off by Ferrer. Ferrer with the put out for out number 2. The shortstop takes command in the infield. What Ferrer says goes for the Lady Cougars. That's basically a general rule. Ashley Kleinbub, now your batter, first baseman. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Ferrer in game number 1, a 2 RBI triple to extend the lead from 2-1 to 4-1. That pitch is going to miss outside. 2-1 your count. Ball misses low and inside. Coach Bolin there asking for the count there from Blue, as both me and Brody missed that second pitch. It's going to be fouled out of play. Full count. Brody is in the Norwell High School feeder system, and if I remember correctly, just about every single one of your teams won a championship this year. Basketball and football. Quick throw to third. Mozinga now at third after the walk for Kleinbub. 2 outs, runners at the corners. For number 23, Brittany Young. USF wins 5-0 against Grace. They'll be back at the Ash Center this Saturday, 1 p.m. Weather permitting. First pitch is strike to Young. 0-1 your count. That one fouled off the backstop. Young in game number 1 was 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to the second baseman, Brianna Pryor. 0-2 is your count with 2 outs. Gabbard entering today, 15 strikeouts under her belt. Had Young reaching there on the outside corner. 0-2 is the count. That's going to be fouled. It's going to roll to the corner. Beautiful windscreen, providing the backdrop there on this fence. Thank you to Parkview Sports Medicine, the exclusive sports medicine provider for your Cougars. This is year number 2, the relationship with St. Francis and Parkview. 0-2 your count with 2 outs. That one right off the handle. Gets right past Tucker. Ferrer wears number 11. Tucker wears number 12. So that's your left side of the infield for possibly 3 more years after this year. 0-2 is your count. A lot of freshmen seeing action for Coach Ryan Bolin as that is outside. Ferrer cuts it off, and a run will score on the double steal. So Grace is going to take the lead here, 1-0, as Kleinbub takes second, and Mozingo steals home. Looked like Ferrer might have been able to get the runner if the throw was right there. 1-2. New catcher for the Cougars here in game number 2. It's Abby Mosier. Jordan Schneider at first base. She's the transfer from St. Joseph's College from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Bishop Dwenger High School. She was on some very, very talented softball teams for the Lady Saints. That's going to miss high and outside. Counts evened up at 2 apiece. We are in the top of the first inning. Gabbard, the off-speed pitch is fouled off. Count will remain at 2-2. It's a good win there for Coach Greg Roberts and the Cougar baseball team. They got a good-looking team led by Noah Frymuth, who's a Bishop Dwenger grad as well. Another foul ball here in this Marathon AB. Brody's getting some love on Facebook here. Couple shout outs for you, Brody. Popped up, Schneider underneath it. That's a can of corn for out number 3. Still, Grace does get on the board here and leads it 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Brianna Pryor coming up for St. Francis.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship. Welcome back, everyone. Leading off for St. Francis is going to be Brianna Pryor. We do have live stats for you at Game Changer. Look for University of St. Francis. Pryor was 0 for 2 in game number 1 with 2 runs scored and 2 walks. She also had 2 stolen bases. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. One out of the count. Lizzie Meyer on deck, center fielder. Pryor's going to take that one upstairs. Brianna Pryor did not get to make the trip to Florida with the Lady Cougars. Once again, she's a PTA major and a minor in exercise science. She stays very busy with her schooling. So knocking off the cobwebs just a little bit, and did just that in game number 1 with 2 runs scored. Tucker also scored a run in that game. She leads the team in runs scored. So taken all the way was Pryor with the called strike. 3-1 your count. 0 outs. Tucker has now scored 10 runs on the season, as that's a swing and a miss. You'll see Taylor Tucker. She's the number 3 batter. Full count. Pryor wearing the lucky number 13, Dan Marino's number, as that's going to get out of play. That was my favorite football player growing up. Full count. Meyer wears number 27. That was Carlton Fisk's number when he played for the Red Sox. Then he changed it to 72 when he got traded to the White Sox because somebody else wore number 27. So 72, that was just a different number you don't normally see. It's like our camera got adjusted a little bit. As you can see the fence in the bottom right corner. But we can still see everything, so we're good. Pryor battling at the dish, draws the walk. It's going to bring up Lizzie Meyer. 0 outs, runner at first base. Lizzie was 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk in game number 1. Batting in the 2-hole. On deck is Taylor Tucker. Lizzie trying to put the bunt down, fouls it off. 0-1 is your count. So this will most likely be the coldest game all year, and it's really not even that bad. As you can see in center field, the flags are not waving. So there's very little wind, which is helping on this chilly day. 0-2 is your count. Pull up the Weather Channel here. Slow roller to second base. Lizzie is out as that was a bang-bang play. She does have wheels on the base path. With the 4-3, that's one out. Taylor Tucker now your batter. Taylor in game number 1 was 0 for 3, scored a run and also drew a walk. Taylor, the freshman from Oxford, Indiana, Benton Central High School. Coach Bolin and Coach Peterson doing some work here in the offseason. Great job recruiting. (1-0) is your count. 40 degrees currently in Fort Wayne, Indiana, as that's driven into left field. And Brandon Pryor will stay at second base, making the catch, Maria Roman, for out number 2. That brings up to the plate Cassidy Ferrer. Ferrer, once again, the freshman from Westfield, Indiana. The Westfield Rocks. Westfield's located right there on the highway, and they have digital advertising on the back of their huge football press box. So a smart move there by the Rocks. There are plenty of cars that pass by that football stadium. It's a brand new facility, well, newer facility. Nick Ferrer never got to play in it. Not the revamped version. 1-1 your count. Nick Ferrer, one of the best quarterbacks in NAIA history, the 2-time national champion. I believe he ended up number 4 all-time in passing yards, right in front of, oh shoot, his name escapes me right now, but he played in the NFL, John Kitna, right in front of John Kitna. Kitna had a long career in the NFL. Whoever gets a hold of Nick Ferrer, they're going to love it. He's a student of the game, and probably the most impressive thing about Nick was he never missed a start. He was always healthy, kept his body in good shape. Oh, and that's going to fall off the second baseman's glove as Brandon Pryor comes home to score. Lady Cougars tie it 1-0. Second baseman, that's Emily Bobb for Grace, right off the heel. That looked like for sure Grace was going to get out of the inning. So your batter now is number 5, Ramsey Herlock. Ramsey in game number 1 was 1 for 3. Herlock turned on that one. That's one of those foul balls. We used to see Erica Smith do that, the All-American catcher for St. Francis, and she would hit those into the parking lot. She'd literally drive them about 280 feet. All-American catcher for Coach Bolin. Swing and a miss for Herlock. She's down this count 0-2. Ferrer at first base with the RBI that scored Pryor. Definitely an E4 though. One your count. In the circle. That's number 41 for Grace, Chandler Elliott. Elliott enters with an 8.78 ERA right off the end of the bat. Herlock gets thrown out at first, but the Lady Cougars do get one run back as we are tied heading into the top of the second inning.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. So the Lady Cougars, Brianna Pryor scores her 3rd run on the day, 2 runs in game number 1, and scores the first run for the Lady Cougars here in game number 2 as we are tied up at 1. Leading it off here for Grace. That is Morgan. Nope. That's number 2. Kylie Garner. I'm afraid I got the wrong lineup card here. It's not going to be good. (0-2) is the count to Garner. So Garner reaches first. That'll bring to the plate Morgan Tapscott. Swings at the first pitch. Tucker grabs it for out number 1. What a play there by the third baseman. She was on it right away. So with 1 out, your batter will be Sam Heim, number 18. First pitch is a strike to Heim. She did not get the start in game number 1. But we will get to see Lucky, the catcher, hit here in game number 2. Second one, Tucker rebounds to make the snag, her second putout. Another great play by Taylor Tucker. Her body momentum was fiercely coming towards the plate. She put on the brakes and was able to reverse direction to make the snag. That brings up Paige Lucky. First pitch to strike. To Lucky. Ooh, that pitch drilled into center field. Lizzie Meyer on it for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down as we head to the bottom of the second. We are tied at 1.
Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back, everyone. We're in the second inning here, the top of the second. Leading it off for the Cougars will be number 2, the first baseman, Jordan Schneider. Schneider, the transfer from St. Joseph's College, where she was a Puma. Once again, St. Joseph's closing their door. They had a good baseball program over there, a good softball program. Swings at the first pitch for out number 1. Garner underneath it. The put out for Grace. That's going to bring to the plate Ashley Morrow, the right fielder, with 1 out. Ashley started game number 1 for St. Francis. She was 0 for 1 at the dish. First pitch tomorrow, in there for strike number 1. 0-1's your count with 1 out. Pitch is going to miss low. 1-1. Chandler Elliott, an 8.78 ERA. She's 1-1 on the season. She's played in 6 games, started 2, and has 2 complete games. In 18.1 innings pitched, she's given up 33 hits, 28 runs, 23 of those earned, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. Opposing batters are hitting .398 against Chandler Elliott. 2-1 is your count. Ashley Morrow. Remember when Ashley came back from spring break her freshman year, she was batting .500. One of the hot hitters her freshman year. Ooh, takes that one inside for a strike. Not too happy with the call was Ashley, but she'll step back in for the 2-2. On deck, it's going to be Abby Mosier who's catching here in game number 2. Abby was the main catcher last year in her freshman year. Ball off the plate. So Morrow works it to a full count. For those listening, Brody finished second in the 100 and 200. Was that the conference meet? Yep, at the Norwell conference meet. He's also one of the biggest guys in the basketball team. And the football team. He's just one of the biggest guys. Full count, 1 out. Ball ripped into right center field. Nicely cut off by the center fielder to save a single for Ashley Mosier. Mosier got all of that, or excuse me, Ashley Morrow. Now batting is Abby Mosier, but Ashley got all of that one. She drove that pitch right into right center field. It was on the outside corner. Cutting that ball off in center field was Abby Mozinga. And from what I've seen so far in game number 1 and game number 2, Mozinga might be one of the best defensive center fielders in the Crossroads League. First pitch to Mosier is a strike. We're at Westendorf Field where there is literally no wind. You can see the flags just right of the scoreboard. Good looking bunt by Mosier, but does go foul. Coming in quickly was the third baseman, Brittany Young. 0-2 is your count to Abby Mosier. That pitch will miss outside. 1-2 is your count. After today's doubleheader, Grace will travel to Marion, Indiana to take on Indiana Wesleyan, the number 10 ranked team in the country. Wesleyan with one of the best pitchers in the Crossroads League in Carly Weaver. Pitch popped up, and Mozinga's on it. Another great play by that center fielder. 2 outs for Maddie Schwartz. Maddie entering today with the second best batting average on the team at .484. Maddie in game number 1. As we pull up her stats, she was 0 for 0 with an RBI and a walk. Productive in game number 1. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Lady Cougars got the chant going on here this year. Coming out of the dugout. Swing and a miss. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Usually not known for the chants coming out of the dugout. Grace, they got some chants going. Marion, I think, does the chants. 1-1 with 2 outs. 2-1 now the count. Tried the corner and missed. Ooh, off-speed pitch. Hard to lay off that one for Maddie Schwartz. Count is 2-2. 2 outs. Entering today's game, Grace with 137 runs under its belt. USF with 83. Schwartz staying alive with the 2-2 count. Grace with a .385 batting average. St. Francis at .332. 120 RBI for Grace, 61 for St. Francis. 138 runs, 70 for USF. 169 hits, 109 for USF. That was entering today's doubleheader. That one's ripped right down the left field line. Grace with 14 games under its belt. St. Francis with 13 entering the doubleheader. So once again, this Tuesday, you're going to see Anna Bowie and Sarah Bowie from Mount Vernon Naz, and they are 2 of the top pitchers in the Crossroads League. So Marion University, they are 2-0 in conference as they beat Spring Arbor 8-0 and 8-0 yesterday. Spring Arbor at 0-2 in conference play. Ooh, just catches the corner for a called third strike. We'll head to the top of the 3rd inning. We are tied at 1 here from Westendorf Field.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship. Welcome back, everyone. Here in the top of the 3rd inning, Grace and St. Francis tied at 1. Grace currently with 2 hits and an error. St. Francis with 1 hit in this game. It's Katie Gebert in the circle for St. Francis, and the first pitch is a swing and a miss to Hannah Herbster, the right fielder. She popped out in her first AB to the shortstop Ferrer. Now down in this count, 0-2. One up, one down for the Lady Cougars. That's going to bring up center fielder Abby Mozinga. Mozinga singled, stole a base, and scored a run in her first AB. Gebert just misses low. Counts evened up at 1 apiece with 1 out. One, misses upstairs. 2-1 your count. Three balls, 1 strike. Beautiful pitch by Gebert. Full count now to Abby Mozinga. .40 degrees and dropping here at Westendorf Field. That's going to be fouled out of play. Of course, when you're out there playing in the game, you're good to go. Infield keeping their right hand, their throwing hands warm. In between pitches. Another one fouled off the backstop. Full count now to Abby Mozinga. So that will miss upstairs with 1 out. Runner at first. For the batter, number 41, your pitcher, Chandler Elliott. Elliott popped out to Ferrer back in the first. Ferrer had 2 putouts in that inning. First pitch swung on and hit into center. Lizzie Meyer tracking it down, but it does reach all the way to the fence in the left center gap. Good job getting the ball in, though. That will hold Mozinga to third. Chandler Elliott with a double. So with 1 out, we got runners at second and third base. Your batter, Ashley Kleinbub. Kleinbub was 0 for 3 in game number 1 with 1 strikeout. Kleinbub walked in her first AB. So we got a little mound visit here. Coach Bolin talking with Katie Gebert. We'll take a quick break and be right back with you.
Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
The Chapel Project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Back to the action here at Westendorf Field, where we have 1 out and runners at second and third. So that first pitch is a strike to Ashley Kleinbub. It's Katie Gebert, the senior, in the circle. Katie so far has given up 3 hits in this game. 1-1 is your count, with 1 out. 1-1's going to miss high and outside. 2-1 now to Kleinbub. Entering today's doubleheader, a .388 batting average. She's played and started all 14 games for the Lady Lancers, and her 49 ABs is second most just to Hannah Herbster. 1-2 now your count. Excuse me, 2-2. Gabbard, huge strikeout for Katie Gabbard for out number 2 with runners at second and third. That's exactly what Gabbard needed right there. Katie, that's her first strikeout in this game. She get on a roll here, she can rack up 9 strikeouts in 3 innings. That's going to be popped out of play. Schneider looked at it, obviously noticed it was going OB. 0-1 is your count. Beautiful pitch, catches the inside corner right at the knees. 0-2 now to number 23, Brittany Young. She popped out to Schneider, the first baseman, in her first AB. Meyer, center field for out number 3. So Lady Cougars get out of a jam there. Grace had runners at second and third, but left them stranded. You're watching Lady Cougar basketball. Softball.
UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at ONE, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click.
Brianna Pryor coming up to the plate to lead it off for St. Francis here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pryor with 3 runs scored on the day, walked and scored a run back in the 1st inning. It was Cassidy Ferrer who reached base on an E4, getting the RBI, and we are tied at 1. Pryor looking to get things started here in the bottom of the 3rd. Lizzie Meyer on deck. And in the circle, you have Chandler Elliott. So that first pitch does catch the outside corner for strike number 1. Oh, 1. That misses inside, so we're evened up at 1 apiece. Once again, Pryor missing out on a number of games there at spring break. That one's going to be fouled out of play. 1-2 is your count. But last year, an All-Crossroads League performer. One and 2, your count. That one's going to miss low. 2-2. Coach Boland's got a new fence put up here, so we don't have to worry about getting hit by a ball as Pryor smacks that one into center field. just beyond the outstretched reach of the shortstop, Morgan Tapscott. So for Brianna Pryor, that's her first hit of the day. She's been super productive given that that's her first hit on the day. She was 0 for 2 with 2 runs scored and 2 walks in game number 1. Lizzie Myers, now your batter. Lizzie grounded out to Kylie Garner, the second baseman. Pryor's off and running. Another stolen base for Brianna Pryor. 2 stolen bases last game. This is the first stolen base for her in this game. Pryor last year was amongst the leaders in the Crossroads League in stolen bases. For Pryor, that's her 4th. She only had 1 entering today. Once again, missing the spring break trip. Lizzie Meyer throws it down. One and one's your count. Oh, 0-2's your count. So now it's 1-2 to Meyer. Once again, Chandler Elliott in the circle, opposing hitters batting .398. St. Francis looking to take the lead here. Nice right at Garner. That'll be out number 1, but advancing to third base will be Brianna Pryor. So for the second time in this game, Lizzie Meyer grounds out to the second baseman. That's going to bring up number 12, Taylor Tucker. Taylor had some really good defensive plays there in the second inning, back-to-back putouts. 1 out. Pryor at third. On deck is Cassidy Ferrer. Nice hit right up the gut. That's an RBI single to score Brianna Pryor. Pryor with her second run scored in this game. St. Francis takes the lead 2-1. Good piece of hitting there by Tucker. That's going to bring up Cassidy Ferrer. Cassidy reached on an E4 and had an RBI back in the first. Ferrer was 1 for 2 at the plate with 2 RBI and a walk in game number 1. Batting in the cleanup spot. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Actually, I guess that was a ball, that first one. Second one hit right at the shortstop. Gets the force out at second. So 2 outs. Ferrer at first base on the fielder's choice. Your batter now is Ramsey Herlock, who popped out to the first baseman, Ashley Kleinbub, in her first AB. Morgan Tapscott, the shortstop that fielded that last ground ball. First pitch is fouled off. 2-1, your score with 2 outs. Ferrer at first. Off-speed pitch falls in for strike number 2. Quick throw to first base. Ferrer back easily. 1-2 now your count. Elliott from the circle. Misses that one outside. 2-2 now your count. Lady Cougar is going to travel to Goshen College to take on the Maple Leafs tomorrow in doubleheader action. as Herlock goes down looking for out number 3. Damage done, though, as Lady Cougars take the lead 2-1. We head to the top of the 4th inning here at Westendorf Field.
Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
The Chapel Project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back, everyone. Just going to get this Taylor Tucker RBI single tweeted out for you. USF up 2-1 over Grace here in the top of the 4th. For Brianna Pryor, she now has 4 runs scored in this game. Outstanding. Your batter is Kylie Garner, second baseman. Fouls off the first one. 0-1 is your count. Katie Gebert in the circle. Abby Mozinga had a single in the first, stole a base. And I believe she scored on the double steal. That's right. Climb up steal. So 2 stolen bases from Mozinga when she scored that run. That's going to miss upstairs. 1-2 now your count. Currently, Grace has 3 hits and 1 error. St. Francis with 3 hits. That's fouled out of play. Count will remain at 1-2. The 1-2 from Gebert. That ball is going to be hit out of play. Coach Boland's got the new Cougar softball winter coats on. Looking sharp. Lady Cougars with the new unis as well. Nice. Gets away from Mosier. Comes up firing, though. Nice snag by Schneider. 1 out. Your batter is going to be Morgan Tapscott, the shortstop. She's had a great day at short. Her team down 2-1. In her last AB, she popped out to Taylor Tucker, which was a fantastic play by the freshman Tucker. Back-to-back putouts for the freshman in that inning. That pitch will miss upstairs. 2-0 your count. That will catch the inside corner. Yeah, the umpires never flash what the count is. I did miss the first one as well. So now that'd be 2-2. We know that's safe. That would have been a called third. Don Sinead Chamberlain in the press box with me. That one's going to miss just a bit outside. Full count to Morgan Tapscott. Morgan is just a sophomore from Middletown, Indiana. Popped up. Gebert is going to leave that alone. Tucker makes the grab. Both Taylor Tucker and Schneider converging on the ball. Ferrer letting Tucker take that one. 2 outs for Sam Heim. Sam popped out to Tucker back in the second inning. First pitch is in the dirt ball. Katie Gebhard currently with 1 strikeout in this game. Gebhard with 2 walks as well. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Gebhard, the 1-1. A miss low and outside. 2-1 now your count. Gebhard with a 0.93 ERA in 15 innings pitched. That has her ranked number 3 in the Crossroads League here in her senior season. We're evened up at 2 apiece. Gebhard, the right-hander from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Carroll High School, just misses for a full count. On deck, it's Paige Luckey, the catcher. She's a junior catcher from North Webster, Indiana, Wawasee High School. Lizzie Meyer cannot make the grab. Pryor, beautiful job backing her up, but sliding in safely is Heim for the double. So a good slide there by Sam Heim. Throw is pretty much on point. Pryor doing a good job from her second baseman position, backing up Lizzie Meyer on that attempt. That's going to bring up Luckey. She did not bat in game number 1. Flew out to center field in her first AB in this one. First pitch, beautiful pitch for strike 1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 is your count. Luckey entering today with a 200 batting average, 2 hits, 3 runs scored, and 10 ABs with 3 walks and just 1 strikeout. 1-2 now your count. This one hit right at Lizzie Meyer. She had to move about 6 inches. So the Lady Cougars remain in the lead here, 2-1, as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning.
UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click.
Welcome back, everyone, as we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. St. Francis leads it 2-1. If you were paying attention to that USF commercial called Pay It Forward, scholarships for those who help others, you will notice that Nick Ferrer was in that commercial. The older brother for freshman Cassidy Ferrer. Nick, a NAIA Player of the Year, the third ever in the Cougar football program history. So a big shout out to Nick Ferrer as he's looking to continue his football career in the NFL. So we'll have a lot of USF eyes glued to the draft coming up here later in the spring. First pitch is a ball to Jordan Schneider. Schneider popped out to the second baseman, Kylie Garner, in her first AB. Entering today's doubleheader, Schneider batting .273 with 6 hits, 5 runs scored, and 22 ABs, 2 home runs, and 4 RBI. Her 2 home runs lead St. Francis. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. She also has 2 stolen bases. 2-0 is your count. Chandler Elliott in the circle. This ball ripped right at the third baseman, and a bad throw by number 23, Brittany Young. Schneider takes advantage and makes her way all the way to second. We'll call that one a single with a pass ball because the speed of Schneider hurried the throw. That's going to bring up Ashley Morrow, who singled back in the second inning. Let's see what the Schneider hits the ground ball. So that is an error, folks. Not a hit for Jordan Schneider. That'll be an E. Who are they going to give the E on? We'll call that an E5. First pitch is a ball. No outs, runner at second base, 1-0 your count, and on deck is going to be Abby Mosier. Elliott. Ooh, this ball's drilled in the left center field. Short hops the fence. Schneider comes home to score on the RBI single by Ashley Morrow. A beautiful piece of hitting as she stroked that ball into left center field for an RBI. Big time RBI. Schneider scoring from second base and scoring easily. Abby Mosier, now your batter. She popped out to center field in her first AB back in the second inning. Morrow is now 2 for 2 in this game with an RBI. 3-1 Lady Cougars. Bunt attempt fouled off for strike number 1. Mosier. Good piece of hitting by Ashley Morrow. Short hop the fence about 10 feet away from a dinger. Ashley has yet to hit a home run this year. She's more of a contact hitter, but does have the power to hit it over the fence. So a nice bunt put down by Abby Mosier. That's a sacrifice to advance Morrow to second base. Great bunt. Put down by Mosier, doing her job to perfection. So now we have 1 out for your batter, number 4, Maddie Schwartz. Schwartz she has her sweatshirt on over her jersey. Once again, a little chilly. And it's 6:14 here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, so it's getting colder. Schwartz takes that first one for a strike. 1 out. Morrow at second. Schwartz did get the start there in game number 1. Fouls this one off. Down in this count 0-2. She struck out looking in her first AB. Schwartz was 0 for 0 with an RBI and a walk in game number 1. 0 for 0. That's a ball. 1 and 2. The 1-2. Schwartz fouls it off the backstop. Another one fouled out of play. One, two with 1 out. Lady Cougars scoring. Ashley Morrow with the RBI single, scoring Jordan Schneider. So Schwartz goes down again. The second out of the inning, second strikeout in this game for Schwartz. That brings up Brianna Pryor. Pryor is 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored and a stolen base. One heck of a game she's putting together. She had a heck of a game in the game number 1. Once again, Bree 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored and a walk. First pitch is a strike. One and 1 now to Pryor. Checking out the game changer stats here. See if they give us stolen bases for Pryor. 2 balls, 1 strike. They do not. Off-speed pitch does fall in for a strike. Pryor liked it, just couldn't pull the trigger. Full count to Bree Pryor. Morrow at second base. 2 outs. Lady Cougars scoring 1 in the first, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. Pryor battling at the dish. On deck, it's Lizzie Meyer. Full count, 2 outs. Off-speed pitch. Pryor doing a good job of sitting back on that one. She went with it and took it down the left field line, just went foul. Pryor, just a junior, 1 more year left, as she's putting together a fantastic career here at St. Francis. Leading the team last year in batting average. Pryor last year batting .420. Don Janae batting .384. Lizzie Meyer was the 3rd best batting average at .329. The 3 Lady Cougars batting over .300. Line shot right at number 11, Tapscott. And that will do it as we head to the top of the 5th. St. Francis leads it 3-1.
Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back, everyone, as we'll cut that music out real quick. Getting ready to tweet out the Jordan Schneider run. USF up 3-1, and we are in the top of the 5th. Folks, you can see all the highlights on the University of St. Francis Twitter page and on the University of St. Francis softball Facebook fan page. Coach Ryan Bolin does a great job of keeping the page updated and all that good stuff. Okay, so that was FO6. And your batter for Grace is the leadoff hitter, Hannah Herbster, over to Tucker. Bang, bang play. She gone for out number 1. That'll bring up number 5, Abby Mozinga. Mozinga, once again, has been extremely impressive out in center field. And she's just a junior. So Mozinga actually played ball with a lot of the girls for St. Francis from the Indy area, Fishers, Noblesville, Westfield. Lots of players coming out of Indy. 1-0 is your count. Make it 1-1 with 1 out. Mosier walked in her last AB. She singled, stole a base, and scored a run back in the first. 2-1 now your count. It's definitely getting colder in the press box. But the girls are definitely not showing any ill effects from the cold. St. Francis just keeps getting better and better, it seems like, as the day wears on. 2-2 now your count. 1 out. St. Francis up 3-1. Gebbard. Ball slapped right at Taylor Tucker. Dove to the left, but that's going to be a single. Great attempt there by the freshman. She's upset that she didn't make the play, but the attempt was outstanding. So a single for Mozinga, 1 out single, brings up Chandler Elliott, the pitcher. First pitch fouled out of play. Take the mute off for you. Got to mute it there because when the music gets played, we get copyrighted. Even though we're just doing a live event. Guess their algorithms aren't up to date. That'd be YouTube. 1-1's your count. With 1 out. Ball hit down the left field line. Good job chasing after it by left fielder Maddie Schwartz. You see the speed there she displays out in left field. Chandler Elliott with the 1-2, 1 out. Ball ripped into left center. Lizzie Meyer on it, makes the grab. And that is going to hold Abby Mozinga to first base. 2 outs, your batter is Ashley Kleinbub, who's 0 for 1 in this game with a strikeout. She also walked in the first and had a stolen base. Nice play there. Lizzie Meyer catching it on the run. Quick throw by Mosier. Back safely was number 5, Mozinga. 1-0 your count. Two-0. Gabbard catches it high and outside in the zone for strike number 1. 2-1 your count. Off and running is Mozinga. Nearly slid over the bag. She did a good job of grabbing onto it. Another stolen base. This is number 2 in this game for Mozinga. Entering today, 5 stolen bases. Third best for Grace. 2-2 your count. Foul ball. Talked to Katie in game number 1. She said flashing the bunt really doesn't affect her at all. It just seems like it'd be such a negative for the hitter. But you do see a lot of the girls doing it. Two, 2 outs, 3-1. Ooh, hits her on the left leg. So Mozinga stays at second. Kleinbub now at first. And your batter is number 23, Brittany Young, 0 for 2 in this game. 2 outs. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Entering today, Young, the second best hitter on the team, really the first best hitter with a .469 batting average, 23 hits and 49 ABs. Leanna Jimenez has 5 hits and 3 runs scored and 9 ABs. She actually has a better BA, but not nearly as many at-bats. Fouled off. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brittany Young. Coach Bowl with a little conference call here for Gabbard. We'll take you all the way back to an inning ago. That is Ashley Morrow there, just rips that ball to left center field. Short hops the fence. Schneider scoring all the way from second base. Wasn't even close. And that extended the Cougar lead to 3-1. Later we can show you Taylor Tucker's grab, where she was on a dead sprint towards home plate, had to stop dead in her tracks, and then head backward to catch the fly ball. It was a very good attempt, very good play. First pitch is in there. First pitch after the conference. 2-2 is your count. Two outs. Ball's fouled out of play. Gabbard in this game, 1 strikeout. That came back in the 3rd inning. Katie with 15 strikeouts entering today, which ties her for a team best with Caitlin Osberger. Tucker comes up firing an errant throw. Will score. Mozinga. And heading to third base is Kleinbub. Brittany Young was going to beat that one out anyways. For Tucker, it was a long journey to catch up to that ball. Grace gets one back here, down 3-2. Good attempt there by Tucker. Did pull Schneider off the bag, though. Went wide left with the throw. First pitch is going to be a ball. to Kaylee Garner. 1 for 2 in this game, had a single in the second, grounded out in the fourth. To the catcher, Abby Mosier. 2-0 the count. Popped up, Frere underneath it. Can of corn for the freshman shortstop. Still, Grace does get one back here as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Lady Cougars coming up.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship. Welcome back, everyone. Here at West Indoor Field, the Lady Cougars lead it 3-2. And coming up to the plate, that's Lizzie Meyer, 0 for 2 in this game. Grounded out 2 times to the second baseman. We'll take that first pitch for a strike. Lizzie in game number 1 was 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. This one's, oh, what a snag by number 10, Ashley Kleinbuck. That's going to bring up the freshman, Taylor Tucker. 1 out for Taylor. She had an RBI single back in the third. 1 for 2 in this game. Also popped out to left field. Tucker throws that beautiful bunt laid down by Tucker and beats it out. She looks like she nearly missed the bag there on that extra step. Kind of extended a little bit, but she's 2 for 3 now. With 1 out, we have a runner at first base, and your batter is number 11, Cassidy Ferrer. Cassidy reached on a fielder's choice back in the third. Reached on an E4 with an RBI back in the first. Runner at first, pitches outside for ball 1. Good eye there by Ferrer. One 0 is the count. That one misses high and inside, 2-0. The 2-0. Frere takes it all the way. Low and inside. It does catch the zone for the first strike. 2-1. This ball tailing foul. Second baseman's all over it. Kylie Garner, number 2. So Frere now 0 for 2 in this game. And the FO4, 2 outs for the batter, Ramsey Herlock. Tucker at first base. In the bottom of the 5th inning. Herlock's going to take that for a ball. Ramsey's 0 for 2 in this game. Popped out to the first baseman and struck out looking in the third. Off-speed pitch, 2-0 is your count. Pitch catches the inside corner, 2-1's the count. Tucker easily back to first base. Ball drilled, foul. Ramsey Herlock has an explosive bat, very similar to Lizzie Meyer, Brianna Pryor. Really now the whole Cougar lineup is looking very solid at the dish. Herlock batting in the 5 position for Coach Ryan Bolin. Coach Bolin working tirelessly in the offseason, bringing in these great freshmen. Pitch misses upstairs. We got it full to Herlock. Full count, 2 outs to Herlock. Elliott, that's going to miss outside. So now we have runners at first and second for Jordan Schneider. Schneider reached on an E5 and scored a run back in the 4th, popped out to the second baseman back in the 2nd. 2 outs. Schneider, entering today's play, a .273 hitter, did pinch hit in game number 1 but did not start game number 1. Schneider was 0 for 1 with a strikeout in game number 1. Takes that first pitch for a strike. It's Tucker, a lot of speed at second base. That's going to miss inside, 1-1. Your count to Jordan Schneider. Two and 1 now, the count to Schneider after being down 0-1. Lady Cougars liking the new unis for this year. Seems like Coach Bolin's got new unis every season. Last year they had the old Houston Astros jerseys. 2-2 the count, and those are pretty sharp. Ladies definitely liking this year's uniform. Black pants outlined in the blue and white pinstripe. We got a full count now to Jordan Schneider. 2 outs. Schneider drills it into left, and a good catch by the left fielder, Sam Heim, for out number 3. We head to the top of the 6th inning. St. Francis leads it 3-2.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Welcome back, everyone, as we are in the top of the 6th inning. Leading it off is going to be Morgan Tapscott, the shortstop for Grace. She's 0 for 2 in this game. Popped out to third baseman Taylor Tucker in her first 2 ABs. Katie Gebhardt's mixtape being played in between innings. It's one of the better ones on campus. 0-1's your count. Quite a eclectic mix. That's going to miss low for ball 1. Grace currently with 5 hits, 2 errors. St. Francis 5 hits, 1 error. The 2-1 is fouled off, counts evened up at 2 apiece. Gebhardt. This ball stroked into left, gets over Schwartz's head, rolls all the way to the fence. That will be a double. Lead-off double here for Morgan Tapscott in the top of the 6th. That's going to bring up number 18, Sam Heim, left fielder. She had a double in her last AB back in the 4th. She's 1 for 2, also popped out to Tucker, the third baseman. First pitch is a strike. 0-1 is your count. 0 outs. Tapscott at second. Nice bunt. Picked up by Tucker. Comes up firing to Pryor and gets her. No, she's safe. Wow. Pryor or Tucker could not have played that any better. Now we have runners at first and third. That was just the perfect bunt put down by Sam Heim. Your batter now is the catcher, Paige Lucky. Lucky's 0 for 2 in this game. Popped out to center field twice. Conference visit here. Jordan Schneider, the first baseman. Brianna Pryor, the second baseman. Cassidy Ferrer, your shortstop. Taylor Tucker, the third baseman. That's Abby Mosier coming back to catch. Katie Gebhardt in the circle. Coach Boland's got the American flag on the left sleeve and the Crossroads League patch on the right sleeve. I love it. I think it looks great. First pitch, strike. To Paige Lucky. Once again, as this day wears on, it gets a little bit more chilly. Currently 39 degrees. This ball's ripped into left field, right down the line. It's going to roll all the way to the fence. That will score Tapscott. And coming home to score is Heim, a 2 RBI double for Paige Lucky. Just huge. That is clutch hitting right there. She's now 1 for 3 in this game. She picked the right time to stroke it all the way to the fence in left field. We're going to have a pitching change here. Coming in for St. Francis, it's number 17, I believe, Lexi Sanders. She enters with a 4.5 ERA. She's pitched in 5 games, started 1, has 1 complete game and 1 shutout. In 9.1 innings pitched, she's given up 8 hits, 6 runs, all 6 of those earned, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts, and opposing hitters are just batting 229 against Lexi Sanders. Lexi is 5'7" from Russiaville, Indiana, Western High School. It still amazes me that every once in a while I see a city in Indiana that I've never heard of before. Russiaville, that's a good one. Grace now up 4-3. 0 outs. Take a quick break and be right back with you for more Lady Cougar softball.
Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Well, you just saw the video on the new chapel that's being built. Father Dave making an appearance in that video. As your batter is number 13, Hannah Herbster, takes that first pitch for a strike. Hannah, the leadoff batter for Grace. She's 0 for 3 in this game. Grace, 2 runs in the top of the 6th. Take the lead. Oh, 2 the count. Lady Cougars will bring up Ashley Morrow, Abby Mosier, and Maddie Schwartz. Morrow is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and had that big RBI that scored Jordan Schneider from second. That one nearly got away from Mosier. 1-2 now your count. Brianna Pryor playing right next to Sanders. One and two. Lexi, another one of the great freshmen here for Coach Bolin. The 2017 class. Should be a fun 4 years with this group of freshmen. 2 and 2 is your count with 0 outs. And we have a runner at second. Fouled off. Grace now with 8 hits. St. Francis with 5. And the dugout is up and at 'em as Lexi Sanders gets her swinging for out number 1. Outstanding. That'll bring to the plate Abby Mozinga. Once again, Lexi Sanders entering today with 8 strikeouts under her belt. That's 8 strikeouts in 9.1 innings pitched. So she's nearly averaging a strikeout per inning. First pitch is a strike. Caitlin Osberger is actually averaging over a strikeout per inning. 0-2 is your count. Abby Mozinga. They call her Abby Mo, but really that can work for our catcher too, is Abby Mosier. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. And Lutke at second. 2-2. Lexi Sanders, the lefty, She pitches left and bats left. Slow roller. Tucker picks it up, comes up firing. Ooh. And safe at first base is Mozinga. The center fielder has wheels. Runners at first and third. 1 out. That brings up Chandler Elliott, the pitcher. Chandler is 1 for 3. Popped out to the shortstop in the first. Popped out to center field in the fifth, but did have a double in the third. Mosier talking with Lexi Sanders. Lady Cougars hoping for the sweep here. Four, 3, Grace on top here. Top of the sixth. That's Mozinga trying to bait Mosier into a pickle. Grace did score on a double steal earlier. Ooh. That pitch is going to miss low. See if the umpire gives us the sign. Did miss the first one. I believe that was a ball. But I'm totally guessing. Bunt attempts fouled off. The umpires almost never give you the count, especially when you really need it. Once again, no count. Pitch to Elliott. That one's hit into center. That will score. Lee, the pinch runner, also coming home to score is Mozinga. 2 more runs for Grace on the RBI single by Elliott. It's going to bring up Ashley Kleinbub. 6-3, Grace on top. For the Lady Lancers, that's their 10th hit of the game. An offensive explosion here in the top of the sixth. As that first pitch is in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch. Kleinbub was hit by a pitch in her last AB, walked in the first and stole a base and struck out back in the third. A little bit low. 1-1 your count. The 1-1 hit right at Pryor, and she'll flip it over to Ferrer for the force out. So Elliott is the second out for Grace. Kleinbub at first on the fielder's choice. That brings up Brittany Young, number 23. Brittany is 1 for 3, had a single back in the fifth. Actually, Brittany's 0 for 3. At least that's what the live stats say. Two-1 now your count. Taking second base is Kleinbub on the pass ball. 2 outs to Brittany Young. Pitch will miss low and outside. 3-1 your count. Up in the zone for strike number 2. Full count. Brittany Young in game number 1 was 0 for 2 at the dish. That ball's drilled. Hard play for Morrow, and it tails off into the corner. That easily scores Kleinbub on the RBI double. She had a triple for sure, and she does for Brittany Young. So Muzinga scored before. Kleinbub scores right there. 7-3 is your score. The 11th hit in this game for Grace. 6 of those coming in this inning. First pitch is a ball to Kylie Garner. She is the 9th batter in the inning for Grace. Second one misses inside. It's a 2-0 with 2 outs. Catches the inside corner, 2-1. For Lexi Sanders. The 2-1. This ball slapped into left field. Maddie Schwartz is on it for out number 3. 5 runs put up by Grace there in the top of the 6th. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. St. Francis down 7-3.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Welcome back, everybody. Ashley Morrow now at the dish. She's 2 for 2 in this game with an RBI. In the circle, going the distance so far for Grace, is Chandler Elliott. First pitch is a strike. It is really starting to get cold here at Westendorf Field. Elliott catches the inside corner. 0-2 the count. Lady Cougars need a 4th spot here to tie it. Here in the bottom of the 6th. One and 2 now your count. Just over the head of assistant coach Doug Peterson. Not on your screen. 1-2 the count. Ashley Morrow gets her looking for out number 1. That'll bring up number 19, Abby Skura, to pinch hit. Skura hitting for Abby Mosier. Abby Skura comes into today's game batting .444 on the season with 4 hits and 3 runs scored in 9 ABs. She started 3 games and has played in 5 games for Coach Ryan Bolin. Skura came in as a shortstop for the Lady Cougars, moved over to third base. Today's doubleheader coming in off the bench in a big spot. Looking to get a rally started. 1 out. Skura take that first pitch for a strike. Skura now down in this count 0-2. Skura with 0 walks and 1 strikeout on the season. A slugging percentage of .556. Checks that outside for a ball. One of her 4 hits was a double. 3 RBI and 5 total bases. So making the most of her limited ABs. That one is out of play. 1-2 your count. One, 2 misses low and inside to even this count up at 2 apiece. St. Francis will be on the road tomorrow. Doubleheader at Goshen. 1 p.m. first pitch. Count remains at 2-2. St. Francis will be back home on Tuesday to take on MVNU and the Bowie sisters, 2 of the top pitchers in the Crossroads League. We're a full count. Skura down in this count 0-2. I've seen many, many at-bats by Skura where she'll get this count evened up after being down 0-2. She's a battler at the plate. Started that swing just a bit early. Still got a piece of it. Skura has had some lingering injuries throughout her career. So after being down in the count 0-2, Skura draws the walk. And with 1 out, a runner's at first base for the pinch hitter, Don Janae Chamberlain. Chamberlain came in to pinch hit in game number 1. Don Janae drew the walk. Don Janae, once again, last year with the second best batting average on the team, hitting over 380. Brianna Pryor batting .420 last year. So 2 of the leaders, Pryor, Chamberlain, and Lizzie Meyer, the 3 Lady Cougars to bat over 300 last season. 1 out. First pitch to Chamberlain. The lefty slapper. 1-0 the count. Chamberlain gets on. That's a lot of speed on the base pass. 23 stolen bases a year ago. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Coming in to run for Abby Skura is number 20, Annika Hoffer. Hoffer, the freshman out of New Haven. One-on-one's count. On deck for the Lady Cougars is Brianna Pryor. Pryor 1 for 2 in this game with a walk and 2 runs scored. Ooh, off-speed pitch falls in for strike number 2. Nice slap right past the shortstop, tap stop. So now with 1 out, we have runners at first and second base for your batter, the junior, Brianna Pryor. All Crossroads League, first team a year ago. From her shortstop position a year ago, now playing second base. That's where she came in playing. Starter during her freshman year. That first pitch is going to miss high and outside for ball 1. The 1-0. Elliott going the whole way here for Grace in game number 2. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Elliott in game number 1 was your designated player. And she was 2 for 3 at the plate. One of the better hitters for the Lancers. Swing and a miss. Pryor now down in this count 1-2. Runners at first and second, Lizzie Meyer on deck. Pryor right at Garner. Garner flips it to short, and beating it is Chamberlain. So the speed on the base pass is working for Coach Bolin, as we have bases loaded now with 1 out. Lizzie Meyer going to come up to the plate. She's 0 for 3 in this game. So we have a conference at the circle for the pitcher, Chandler Elliott. So even if we do get copyrighted on YouTube, it usually only affects your mobile devices. You can usually still find it on the computer. As Meyer, first pitch, swings right at Mozinga. She's going to catch it, but tagging up to score is going to be Hoffer to get one of the runs back. Lady Cougars now down 7-4. 2 outs. On the sacrifice fly by Lizzie Meyer. That'll bring up Taylor Tucker, the freshman. Taylor once again from Oxford, Indiana, Benton Central High School. Entering today's game, Taylor batting .353 on the season, 12 hits, 9 runs scored, and 34 at-bats. She's played and started in all the games for St. Francis. Fouls off the first pitch, and a great snag right up against the fence by Ashley Kleinbub for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the 7th. St. Francis down 7-4 to the Lady Lancers.
Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
It's the left-hander, Lexi Sanders, in the circle for St. Francis, coming in on relief of Katie Gebhard back in the 5th inning. Sanders, the true freshman from Rushville, Indiana, Western High School. Coming up for Grace here in the top of the 7th inning, it's going to be Morgan Tapscott, the shortstop, Sam Heim, the left fielder, and Paige Lutkey, the catcher. Grace batting around the order there in the 6th inning, scoring 4 runs. Currently in this game, Grace with 11 hits and 2 errors, St. Francis with 6 hits and 1 error. Tapscott did score back in the 6th inning. First pitch by Sanders. There's a ball inside. Tapscott doubled back in the 6th inning. She's up in this count, 2-0. Called first strike, 2-1 your count. Tapscott's played really good shortstop all game long as the count goes to 3-1. She was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in game number 1 today against the freshman Brooke Heron. Heron improved her record to 3-1 on the season after the 4-1 victory in game number 1 here against these Lady Lancers. Cougar baseball team got a win against Grace today, 5-0. So leadoff batters aboard as Tapscott draws the walk. That brings to the plate Sam Heim. She is 2 for 3 in this game, had a single and scored a run back in the 6th, doubled back in the 4th. First pitch low in the zone for strike number 1. From Lexi Sanders, the lefty. Sanders looking for her pitch. Timeout called there in the box by number 18, Sam Heim. We are 1 hour and 25 minutes into this broadcast. I take that back. 2 hours and 24 minutes. As it is 7:15. currently in the top of the 7th. Slapper right back at Sanders. So Himes out at first on the fielder's choice. 1-3 for out number 1. Advancing to second base is Tapscott. One out. Your batter is Paige Lucky. Lucky's been very impressive behind the plate defensively for Grace. She picked off one of the Lady Cougars at first base in game number 1. That pitch will miss low and outside. One and one's your count. Make it 1-2. Lucky's from North Webster, Indiana, Wawasee High School. The 1-2. This is low and outside. We're evened up. 2 apiece. Other action in the Crossroads League. Mount Vernon Naz is at Bethel. Huntington's at Goshen. Taylor's at Indiana Wesleyan. That Taylor Indiana Wesleyan is one heck of a matchup right there. Wesleyan ranked number 10 in the country. Taylor is receiving votes. Full count. Looks like Wesleyan in the 7th inning up 2-0, and they won the first game 4-3 over Taylor. That's a big time matchup. Full count. Fouled out of play. Marion University just keeps getting stronger in the Crossroads League. They're led by Brina Smith. She's got a 1.17 ERA. Shelby Heron at 1.08. Grace Lumpkin at 0.67. And each one of those pitchers has 13 or more innings pitched, with Brina Smith at 36 innings. Full count, 1 out. Paige Lucky. That ball's drilled into right field. Morrow's got it, and they will hold the runner at third base. Wise move there for Nora Reese, the head coach. Lucky now 2 for 4 in this game. Tapscott now at third for the leadoff batter, Hannah Herbster. Bunt perfectly laid down. Sanders has to go to first with it, and she is safe. RBI single for Herbster. Scores Tapscott from third base. Now we got runners at first and second. Grace up 8-4. Abby Mozinga, the center fielder, now your batter. And she is 3 for 3 with 3 runs scored and 2 stolen bases and a walk. I'm not sure if we're going to see a better center fielder in the Crossroads League this year. She's been outstanding, highlighted by a diving catch at the warning track. Sanders, the 1-0. This is upstairs. Still looking for the count from the umpire. I think we got it once in the second inning. Sanders slapped into left field, and that is just foul. 2-1 now the count. Nope, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's why I don't gamble. Sanders. Lexi looking for her first strikeout of the game. That's going to hit. She's gone. So that's the second time in this doubleheader that Mozinga has been called out because the ball's hit her out of the backstop or out of the batter's box. She gone, 2 outs. Your batter, Chandler Elliott. The pitcher. Coach Nora Reese not too happy with the call, but that's been about the only flaw in Abby Mozinga's game on this day, as that first pitch is ball number 1. Runners at first and second. The leadoff hitter, Herbster, is at first. Lucky the catcher at second. That ball's hit up the gut. Coming home to score will be Lucky, as Abby Mosier cannot field that one cleanly. So we'll call that an RBI single. And moving to third base is Hannah Herbster. Your batter, Ashley Kleinbub. Reached on base on a fielder's choice in the 6th, was hit by a pitch in the 5th, struck out in the 3rd, and walked and stole a base back in the 1st. First pitch is a strike. 9-4 your score here at Westendorf Field on a chilly March home opener. That ball hit up the gut as well. Myers got it. One comes home to score. Great job of getting that ball in by Lizzie Meyer on the RBI single by Ashley Kleinbub. And that scored Hannah Herbster for the 10th run of the game for Grace. Now we have runners at the corners. First and third. Grace now with 14 hits, 2 errors. Lady Cougars with 6 hits and 1 error. So that first pitch is going to miss low and outside for ball 1. This is the 8th batter of the inning for Grace. They sent 9 batters to the plate in the 6th inning while scoring 4 runs. Currently they've scored 3 in this inning. 1-1 your count. Lexi Sanders. That will miss for ball 2. Top of the 7th. Two balls, 2 strikes. Big shout out to the umpire, calling that one out for us. Up high. Throws cut off by Cassidy Ferrer as Ashley Kleinbub gets another stolen base. So now we have runners at second and third. Grace actually getting 5 runs there in the 6th inning, as that's picked up by Schneider for out number 3. 3 unassisted as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Cassidy Ferrer will lead it off for your Cougars.
Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
The Chapel Project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back, everyone, to Westendorf Field. Lady Cougars down 10-4 currently. Grace getting 1 run in the first, 1 in the fifth, 5 in the sixth, and 3 in the seventh. St. Francis getting 1 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the sixth inning. Cassidy Ferrer, who had the 2 RBI triple in game number 1 to extend the Cougar lead to 4-1, will lead it off. Cassidy is currently 0 for 2 in this game with a fielder's choice. Frere, the starting shortstop. As it is really starting to get cold here. You can see it with the players. Coach Bolin doing a great job getting the field ready for this home opener. Put down some new dirt. Field looks amazing. Cougar baseball team no longer plays here on campus. They're going to play at the World Baseball Academy where they have artificial infield. So today they played Grace over there and won it 5-0. And Grace actually moved their game from being at home to playing over here at the Ash Center. So that should totally work in St. Francis' favor if you think about it. Anytime Huntington or maybe even Wesleyan, Grace, they might come and play at the Ash Center because of that artificial infield. But it is a grass outfield. They got 3 artificial infields, all with grass outfields, which is what Taylor has. The Trojans from Upland, Indiana. Bottom 7. First pitch is low to Cassidy Ferrer. Lady Cougars need a rally going. Nobody's got the rally caps on, but it's really cold. Most people just covering their ears. Cassidy turns on that one. That's going to be out of play. Oh, 2 is your count. I thought that first one missed low. Look low. On deck, it's Ramsey Herlock. Ferrer upstairs takes it for ball 1. Now the flags are blowing. That's not good news. Ferrer takes it for strike number 3. Not happy about the call is Cassidy for out number 1. That'll bring up Ramsey Herlock. She walked in the 5th, 0 for 2 in this game. Struck out looking back in the 3rd and popped out to the first baseman in the 1st. First one's a swing and a miss. One and one now, the count. Ramsey's a sophomore from Kokomo, Indiana. The Kokomo Wildcats with a K. Kokomo, always a gracious host whenever we do high school basketball regionals in that gymnasium. Herlock to left, out of play. 2-2 now the count. The 2-2 with one out. Ooh, just a bit upstairs. Full count. Base is empty, one out for Ramsey Herlock. Lazy fly ball, and what a snag by the right fielder. She is pumped. It's not Hannah Herbster, that is number 22, I believe. 25 or 26 maybe. Caitlin Hefner. Or it's Scarborough. Sorry, I can't see the number from this far away. 2 outs. First pitch, a strike to Schneider. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Schneider doing a good job of going with that pitch as it falls into right field for a 2-out single. Good piece of hitting by Jordan Schneider, the senior transfer. Was at St. Joseph's College a year ago, and they went bankrupt. They need a couple $1 million to get that school back open. Nobody's even sure if it will open back up. They got a beautiful baseball stadium there. 2 outs. Schneider at first. Ashley Morrow at the plate. First one's turned on, foul. Morrow struck out looking in her last AB. Before that, back-to-back singles, one of those an RBI single back in the 4th that scored Schneider from second base. Oh, 1, Morrow. Right down the line. That looked fair. Looked like it went right over the base. It's not. It's foul. 0-2 the count. Morrow drilled that ball to left center field for that RBI. One, 2 the count. Morrow, slow roller. And taking it by herself is the first baseman, Abby Kleinbub. That will do it. Grace takes game number 2, 10-4. St. Francis wins game number 1, 4-1. My name's Jeff Mahoney. I hope you enjoyed today's broadcast, and we'll be back with you on Tuesday when the Lady Cougars come back home to host Mount Vernon Nazarene University, the Cougars out of Mount Vernon, Ohio. Thanks again, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend. Good luck to the Lady Cougars tomorrow as they travel to Goshen for a doubleheader. First pitch scheduled for 1 p.m.